Speed versus velocity. Speed is the rate of change of position of an object in any direction.
It does not care about the direction, it just measures how fast something is moving. For example, your car's speedometer might show you're going 60 miles per hour, but it doesn't indicate which direction you're traveling. Velocity, on the other hand, is the rate at which an object changes its position in a specific direction.
It's speed with a direction.
For instance, if you're driving at 60 miles per hour to the north, that's your velocity.
Water flowing out of a tap straight down at a certain speed is another example. Weight versus mass.
Weight is the force exerted by gravity on an object.
It can vary depending on where you are in the universe. For example, you would weigh less on the moon than on Earth because the moon's gravitational pull is weaker. Mass is the amount of matter in an object and remains constant regardless of location.
Whether you're on Earth, the moon, or floating in space, your mass stays the same.
Effect versus effect.
Effect is a verb meaning to influence or make a difference to something. For example, the weather can affect your mood, meaning the weather can change how you feel. Effect is a noun that refers to the result or outcome of a change. For instance, the new law had a positive effect on the economy, meaning the law caused a beneficial change in the economy.
Meiosis versus mitosis.
Meiosis is a type of cell division that reduces the chromosome number by half, resulting in 4 genetically unique cells.
This process is crucial for reproduction because it ensures that offspring have a mix of genes from both parents. Mitosis is a type of cell division where a single cell divides to produce 2 identical daughter cells.
This process is essential for growth, development, and tissue repair in multicellular organisms.
Accept versus accept.
Accept means to receive something willingly. For example, she accepted the job offer, meaning she agreed to take the job.
Accept means to exclude something. For instance, everyone is invited except John, meaning John is the only one not invited. Sympathy versus empathy. Sympathy involves feeling pity or sorrow for someone else's misfortune.
I felt sympathy for her after hearing about her loss, means you feel bad for her situation.
Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person.
She felt empathy for her friend's sorrow, means she could feel and understand her friend's sadness as if it were her own.
Advice versus advise. Advice is a noun that means guidance or recommendations given to someone.
He gave me great advice on my project, means he provided helpful suggestions. Advise is a verb that means to recommend or suggest something.
I advise you to study for the exam, means I suggest you prepare for the test. Lions versus seals.
Lions are large, carnivorous cats known for living in prides and being dominant predators in their habitats.
They are often seen as symbols of strength and courage in the African savanna.
Seals are marine mammals that live in colonies and are known for their playful behavior and streamlined bodies adapted for swimming.
They often gather on beaches and ice floes. Erupt versus erupt. Erupt means to burst in suddenly or violently.
The birds erupted into the room,
means they entered quickly and unexpectedly.
Erupt means to burst out, often violently, typically used to describe volcanoes or sudden emotional outbursts. The volcano erupted with ash and lava, means it exploded and released molten rock.
Allusion versus illusion. Allusion is an indirect reference to something.
The book's title is an allusion to Shakespeare, means the title subtly hints at Shakespeare's work without directly mentioning it. Illusion is a deceptive appearance or impression.
The magician's trick created an amazing illusion, means the trick made something appear different from reality.
Altar versus altar. Altar is a table used in religious rituals, typically in a church. The couple exchanged vows at the altar, means they got married in front of the religious table.
Alter means to change something.
She had to alter her dress for the wedding, means she needed to make modifications to her dress.
Bail versus bail.
Bail can mean to clear water out of something, such as a boat.
We need to bail out the water from the boat, means removing the water. Bail also means the temporary release of a prisoner in exchange for security.
He was released on bail, means he was let go after paying a certain amount of money.
Cent versus cent.
Cent is a penny coin, a unit of currency. He found a cent on the ground, means he picked up a small coin.
Scent is an odor or smell.
The scent of flowers filled the air, means the fragrance of the flowers was noticeable.
Chile. Chile is a country in South America. Santiago is the capital of Chile, means it's referring to the nation and its capital city.
Chili is a spicy stew often made with beans and meat. I love eating chili on a cold day, means the stew is a comfort food for chilly weather.
Chilly means cold or frosty.
It's quite chilly outside, means the weather is cold.
Compliment versus compliment. Compliment is an expression of praise.
She gave me a nice compliment on my outfit, means she said something nice about what I was wearing. Compliment means something that completes or goes well with something else. That wine is a perfect complement to the meal, means the wine enhances the overall dining experience.
Council versus council. Council is a committee or group that makes decisions.
The city council meets every month, means the group gathers regularly to discuss city matters.
Counsel means guidance or advice, often of a legal or professional nature.
She sought counsel from a lawyer, means she asked for legal advice.
Lose versus lose. Lose means to be unable to find or to fail to win.
Don't lose your keys, means make sure you know where your keys are.
Loose means not tight or free from constraints.
The shirt is too loose, means the shirt is not fitting snugly.
Stationary versus stationary. Stationary. Stationary means not moving.
The car remained stationary in the traffic, means the car did not move.
Stationary. Stationary means writing materials.
I bought new stationery for school, means the purchase included paper, pens, and other supplies.
Further versus farther.
Further means more in addition to or to a greater degree.
I need to study further, means I need to continue studying more. Farther means physical distance.
The store is farther down the road, means the store is located at a greater distance away.
Your versus your. Your means belonging to you. Is this your book? Your is a contraction of you are. You're going to love this movie, means you will enjoy the movie.
Wail versus wail. Wail means to howl or cry loudly.
The baby started to wail, means the baby began crying loudly. Whale is a huge sea mammal.
We saw a whale on our boat trip, means they observed the large marine animal.
Access versus excess.
Access means the means to reach or enter something. The elevator gave access to the top floor, means the elevator provided a way to reach the top level.
Excess means too much of something. Do not take an excess of stress in life, means avoid having too much stress.
Bald versus bald. Bald means without hair. He is planning to go bald, means he intends to shave his head or is losing hair.
Bawling means to cry loudly.
She began to bawl like a child, means she started crying very loudly.
Ceiling versus ceiling. Ceiling is the upper interior surface of a room.
The ceiling of the palace shine like gold, means the roof inside the room looked very shiny.
Sealing means closing something tightly.
The closing door sounded like the sealing of her fate, means the door closing symbolized her future being decided.
Cast versus cast. Cast. Cast can mean to throw something or the actors in a play.
They cast the net into the sea, means they threw the fishing net.
Caste.
Caste is a social class system. The caste system was prevalent in ancient societies, means a hierarchical social structure.
Censor versus censor.
Censor means to suppress inappropriate content. The film got the approval from the censor, means it was checked and approved for viewing.
Sensor. Sensor is a device that detects changes. There are sensor water taps in the office building, means taps that operate based on detecting motion. Ariel versus Ariel. Ariel can refer to a character or a name.
Ariel is a character from The Little Mermaid, means the character in the Disney movie.
Aerial. Aerial means related to the air. We saw some amazing aerial footage, means video taken from above, like from a drone. Cheap versus cheap. Cheap means low cost.
The shoes were cheap but comfortable, means the shoes didn't cost much but are still nice. Cheep. Cheep means the sound a small bird makes. I heard a bird cheep in the morning, means hearing a bird's chirping sound. Site versus site. Site. Site refers to a location or place. The construction site was busy, means the location where construction is happening. Cite. Cite means to quote or refer to something. Please cite your sources, means mention where the information came from. Bread versus bread. Bread. Bred means raised or brought up. She was bred in the countryside, means she grew up in a rural area. Bread. Bread is a type of food made from flour and baked. He likes to have bread for breakfast, means eating the baked food in the morning. Craft versus craft. Craft. Craft refers to an activity involving skill, making things by hand, or a vessel like a boat. She enjoys craft activities like knitting. Kraft. Kraft is a brand name often associated with food products, like Kraft mac and cheese.